got some stuff in the background. There we go. Now that's a professional studio. All right. Welcome to the Lion's Den. My name is Robert Love. I'm a neuroscientist. I specialize in helping people prevent Alzheimer's disease with science. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. My desire is to give you the very best information so that you can make healthy decisions to live a longer, happier, healthier life. If you are just arriving, please put your first name and where you are from in the chat. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and I'm trying to give you all a really good view of what's going on. And so I'd love to hear from you and let me know what's going on in your life. What's good? Let me know what healthy things you're doing. Hello, Passive Income with Dan. Hello, Lily from San Diego. I'm going to try to log on in TikTok on the computer here. Hello, Instagram. How are you all doing? All right, so let me go to live. For me, live. Maybe I'll suggest myself to myself. That will be good. Comment. All right, we got Dan from Dubai. We got Vince from Toronto. We got Roger from Boulder. Hey, Roger. I used to live in Boulder. I started eating pickles because of you. Well, that's fantastic, Lily. You want to eat Bubby's pickles. Bubby's pickles are super duper good for you. It's a great company. Dr. Dale Bredesen recommended them. I really like Bubby's pickles. Black seed oil. Yeah, black seed oil is great, Con. It's totally good. It helps reduce inflammation. It reduces oxidative stress or increases antioxidants. And it also helps reduce uric acid, which is involved in weight gain. We got Metaswirls in Ohio. Hi, I'm in Ohio. Roar to you, Christine. Maureen from New York. Good evening. Good evening, Maureen. Saffron or saffron, Sheila? I think you mean saffron. And can you ask a more specific question? You just put a spice and then a question. Does it taste good? Does it feel good? Is it good in your body? Does it help prevent dementia? Help me out here. How are we doing on Instagram? We got Mary from Huntsville, Texas. Hi. You haven't seen me on TikTok lately. Well, I've been gone for about a week. I was traveling for the last week. I was actually at an event where I hosted a panel, or I hosted a speaker series on health and wellness and neuroscience. That was really cool. And now I'm back. Hi, Joetta. Great to see you. We got Tammy from Toronto. Kristen knows all about saffron. She can help you out. So saffron and focus. I don't know. I can certainly investigate that. Supplements for eye health. One of the best things to do is to go outside and get sunshine and look at your eyes in different. Look at your hand at different lengths, so close and then far. That's really, really good for eye health. Vitamin A is also good for eye health. Is being obese a risk factor for dementia? Yes. Obesity, diabetes, and heart disease are all risk factors for dementia. I had a really smart question today. I was at the dentist. Ooh, got a little stuff in my nose. I was at the dentist today, and the hygienist said, "What do you do?" And I said what I did. And so she's asking me questions about preventing dementia as she's like cleaning my teeth. So she's got the hose in my mouth, and she's like, working the pick. And she's like, "So tell me more about aniracetam. And what are the side effects?" She's asking me, what are the side effects as she like scraping my teeth? And then she's like, "What else can you do to prevent Alzheimer's?" It was really funny. At the end of she asked me a really great question. Here's what she asked. She said, "So does everything that causes heart disease, diabetes, and obesity, do all of those increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease?" I said, yes. Basically, anything that increases diabetes, obesity, and heart disease, all of those increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Think of Alzheimer's disease as the culmination of many potential risk factors. And a way to reduce your risk is to be really, really healthy. And so you want a healthy heart, you want a healthy gut, you want to have a healthy metabolism, healthy insulin response, and so forth. This is very, very, very important. Makes sense? Give me a roar if that makes sense. I want to make sure we're all on the same page. It's not just about brain health. It's about body health. And when you have a really good body health, that's really great for your brain. I want to know that everyone really gets that. It's really important. All right. So if you're just arriving, please put your first name and where you're from in the chat. This is the Lion's Den. This is where we come as evolving lions to celebrate each other, to support each other, to love each other, and help each other live happier, healthier lives. And I'm excited to be here with you. I've been gone for about a week. And now I'm back and it feels great. So let me know who's here. And if you've been working on something healthy, let me know. Ortega took lion's mane and L-tyrosine. It worked great. Isn't it awesome? I love doing the lion's mane with the L-tyrosine. It's so good. I did that at this event that I was at. It's called Love Burn, which is a Burning Man event. Who's heard of Burning Man? Give me a roar. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. If you've been to Burning Man, definitely give me a love. Burning Man's awesome. And I've met some of my favorite people, some of my really good friends, and some business partners there. Very, very smart people. Man, my hair is crazy. It's all up spiky. Cool. So Burning Man's great. And so there's a lot of things to do at Burning Man. I like to teach. So I teach neuroscience and how to protect your brain while I'm at Burning Man. I attend talks on optimal health. I'll listen to a talk on yoga or emotional regulation. I'll do a fair amount of dancing. I'll go see some art installations, some 3D art or some interactive art. Interactive art is where you touch it or you play with it. It actually moves. It's not just a painting on a wall. I love paintings on the wall. I got a painting right behind me. It's not just that. It's things that respond to you. It's very cool. And so I gave lion's mane and L-tyrosine to some friends at this Burning Man event. We all had a great night. It was super great. So no psychedelics that night, just lion's mane and L-tyrosine, and it felt amazing. Okay, Dan McEnvoy. I have sardines, lion's mane, MCT oil because of you. Awesome. You rock, Dan. Big roar to you. Let's send some love to Dan. That's great. Way to take action. Yoseline, did you know that disease is basically like brain diabetes? Yes, Alzheimer's disease is also known as type 3 diabetes. That's one of the risk factors for Alzheimer's disease, for sure. Renee from Texas, using lion's mane will start black seed oil tomorrow. Awesome. Big roar to you. Amber Ray, writing capstone project on cinnamon, insulin resistance, and the diseases associated with it. Great job. Awesome. Y'all are sharing the good news with everybody. This is great. The good news is Alzheimer's disease is preventable, and the science is in. It's great. All right, we got Kara here. Kara from Connecticut. Krista, I need to help 2 people with early Alzheimer's. What is one thing I can do for them? Well, it depends on what's happening for them. So helping them get MCT oil can be helpful. Reducing sugar can be helpful. Improving their sleep can be helpful. Those are all really good things. Sleep might be the most important. Also, turn off their phones, and don't have them watch television or the news. Have them watch old movies. That's really reassuring to them. Yes, Christine, you are what you eat. Absolutely. Kathy Ray, isn't it about the whole body health? Yes. Yes, whole body health matters. Maureen says, Roar, what do you use to clean your teeth? So Allie, I floss every day, the vast majority of days, unless I ran out. But I'd like to say I floss every day. I brush my teeth every day, and that's really important. And I don't eat foods with high sugar. We got Renee from South Carolina. We got Hala from Michigan. We got City from Michigan. We got Debbie from Bracebridge, Ontario, Canada. We got Krista from Texas with all my exes. We got Lynette from Chicago. We got Lammy Clem with a lot of hearts. We got Diane from Illinois. We got Tim from Winter Park. Winter Park is beautiful. That's where the Rocky Mountain National Park is. No, that's not right. That's somewhere else. But Winter Park is beautiful. Very high altitude. Dua Ahmed. We got hello from Canada. We got Valerie from Texas. Have you heard of black seed oil? Yes, black seed oil is great. Have I heard that it causes kidney failure? No, I've not heard that. Have you heard that? Have you read credible scientific studies to show that? So Rev, that's a big claim. Check that out for yourself. Get back to me. I don't think that's true. I haven't heard that from anyone or seen any papers on that. Dan, do you promote a particular NMN supplement? I do not. Krista, should have gone when I had the chance. Where did you want to go? User 87, do you happen to know anything about globulus? No, I do not. I can't even pronounce that. Marine, I'm walking something. Christine Marie is asking a really big question. Are psychedelic mushrooms good for your brain? Let me give you the very best research I can. According to research from Johns Hopkins, 1 dose of psychedelic mushrooms with a psychedelic psychotherapist helps people stop smoking. It helps people stop smoking at the rate of 80%. So 8 out of 10 people who go into this office and take psychedelic mushrooms and work with a therapist stop smoking. That's incredible. The next best solution is Wellbutrin, and that works about 50% of the time. So this works really, really, really well. And this is just a one-time This is a one-time event. This is not a constant thing. Wellbutrin you need to continually take. So this is really, really cool. And so if you can stop smoking addiction, it also may help with alcoholism. Stopping smoking and stopping alcohol are really good for your brain. If you can stop those things, it may stop sugar addiction. If you can get someone off of sugar, off of tobacco, and off of alcohol, that's really, really good for your brain. Whether or not mushrooms, psychedelic mushrooms alone, known as psilocybin. Psilocybin is the active ingredient or the psychedelic ingredient in or psychedelic compound, excuse me, in psychedelic mushrooms. Whether or not that is good for the brain, there's evidence to suggest that, but we haven't concluded that yet, or the researchers haven't concluded that yet. I can tell you for sure that according to the research out of Johns Hopkins, psilocybin with a therapist can help with smoking cessation, giving up alcohol, and likely giving up sugar. That's really, really huge. Those are huge for your brain. Just one moment. All right, I'm back. And at some point, we will know just how beneficial psilocybin is for the brain and for Alzheimer's disease. If it is, we don't have that date yet, or have that data yet. All right, Destiny Pop is all very important, but it can happen to anyone. What are you referring to? Weird traffic. We got Deanna from Rhode Island. Awesome. RB, I'm obese with a healthy heart, 62 years old. Doctor said get in shape. If you're obese, the best thing to do is to get your diet handled. So exercise is great. Exercise is super great for your brain. It's good for your body. It's good for your long-term health. It's good for your sleep. And exercise is not the best tool for weight loss. The best tool for weight loss is diet. So I'd find a diet that you like and that has a lot of vegetables, very, very few carbohydrates. That's a good place to start. And any fat you take, you want it to be the good kind of fat, like fat found in whole foods, like avocados and olive oil. Excuse me. Not refined fats like vegetable oil. User 8733, you have posted the same question no less than 4 times. Yes, diabetes is definitely a risk factor for Alzheimer's. I'm in INI 2. I'm taking magnesium glycinate nightly. I don't feel like it's helping. Should I change to L-threonate? Not necessarily. Try taking it during the day. Are you taking it for sleep? Are you taking my lion's mane for sleep? My lion's mane is awesome for sleep. What black seed oil do I recommend? Marion. Okay, here's a question. Who's been watching? Who knows which black seed oil? Who knows what to look for in a great black seed oil? Let me know in the comments and I'll see who's right here. There's 3 things I recommend looking for in any great supplement. Who knows what they are? Instagram, you can play along as well. Well, thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate that. All right, so user flower. Psychedelics are very dangerous for people who have schizophrenia. It can bring out schizophrenia. Okay, here's a great answer. Karina says third-party tested. Yes, third-party tested means an independent company has tested that supplement to make sure what's on the label is actually what's in the bottle. Very, very important. That's number 1. Very good, Karina. What else? What else do we look for in a good supplement? We got third-party tested. Okay, y'all are putting that. What else to look for? Y'all are putting a bunch of third-party tested. That's terrific. What else to look for in a great supplement aside from third-party tested? Dark glass, that can be helpful to protect it. We got organic, third-party tested, gluten-free. Those are important. What else? Money back guarantee. Yes, Karina, money back guarantee. Not every supplement works for every person. You have different biochemistry than I do. You have different gut bacteria than I do. You have different genes than I do. And some things are going to work for you that don't work for me, and vice versa. It's really good to have a money back guarantee because if it doesn't work for you, it's good to be able to get your money back, or at least know that you can ask for your money back. And lastly, the last one, it starts with a G. Bongitis. Why do you keep posting polyphenols? Polyphenols are great, but that's not what I'm asking. If you're going to play long, you got to play by the rules. I'm asking what else to look for in a great supplement. Return policy, yes. Properly sealed, that's good. GMP, yes. Katie got it. Katie gets it. Yes, GMP, and so did Joetta. You both got it. GMP certified. So the three things to look for in a great supplement are: number one, third party tested; number two, GMP certified; number three, a great return policy. GMP certified means good manufacturing practices. That's a standard of quality in the supplement world. Supplements are not regulated by the FDA. They're not regulated by the Food and Drug Administration. I think that's a good thing, because if government regulated supplements, we probably wouldn't have them. Like, they wouldn't exist. And so you wouldn't be able to get magnesium. You wouldn't be able, they even try to stop NMN. So sometimes they're trying to step in and stop really helpful supplements. But that means that there are some bad actors. There are some unscrupulous. That means they lack scruples. They lack morality. There's some bad business owners, some bad companies. I don't want to call them bad. Some unscrupulous companies that are willing to sell you supplements that aren't of the highest quality, or or where the labels aren't accurate. So they'll say this supplement has 5 milligrams of melatonin and it doesn't have any melatonin, or it's got 15 milligrams. That's a problem. So that's why you want to have these high bars of quality, of GMP certified, of third party tested, and of a money back guarantee. All right, great job for everyone who's playing. That is terrific. How do I cure insomnia from Anonymous? Well, what's causing your insomnia? Are you on your phone before bed? Do you get sunlight first thing in the morning to set your circadian rhythm? Do you drink alcohol? Do you drink coffee? Are you stressed at night? All those things affect your sleep. Candace, I don't know about Mary Ruth. I haven't taken her stuff. Texas Mom, hi there. I took Lion's Mane for the second time last night. I woke up feeling sleepy again. Well, Texas Mom, I don't know what's going on there. Most people get better sleep or have better sleep. You can try taking it during the day, see if that helps. Or maybe try taking one, see if that helps. Krista, can someone with dementia start taking Lion's Mane? Sure. Now, Lion's Mane alone is not enough to stop dementia or reverse memory loss. Lion's Mane alone, no supplement that I'm aware of on its own, without behavior change, without better sleep, without better food, without exercise, will stop the memory loss or reverse the memory loss. It can help. It may make a difference, but it's not going to be enough on its own. So I want to be very clear. I don't think any single supplement on its own will either stop the memory loss or reverse the memory loss. You need a combination of things. You need sleep, diet, exercise, and supplements. Yes, Steve Jones, Lyme disease has affected my brain. Yes, Lyme disease does affect the brain. It actually is one of the risk factors for Alzheimer's disease. So is P. gingivalis. Today we're talking about oral health and brain health. P. gingivalis is an inflammatory bacteria found in the mouth, and it's found in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. Now, here's the thing. I just went to the dentist today and I asked them about this. Most people have some P. gingivalis in the mouth. The thing is, you want to look for is inflammation. Are your gums inflamed? Mine are not. But look at your gums. If your gums are inflamed, if they bleed when you floss, if they're puffy, if they're sensitive, that's an indication of inflammation and of P. gingivalis. So what to do? Work with your dentist or periodontist, which is a gum specialist, to work on that. How does P. gingivalis get from the mouth to the brain? Well, through the gums, through the microvessels in the gums. Now, one thing you might do is rinse with either hydrogen peroxide or Listerine before flossing. So theoretically, maybe that'll transfer less of the bacteria into the gums. But we don't know. There's no standard, and this is interesting. There's no standard procedure for when to rinse out your mouth with Listerine, for example, or an alcohol-based rinse, and when to floss, whether before or after. Like, do you use Listerine before or after flossing? It's not clear. There's no standard practice. Now, it's also important to not rinse with Listerine 2 times a day. You want to only do it once. Reason is, research shows that if you rinse your mouth out with Listerine twice a day, that actually hurts your heart health. It does this because there are bacteria in your mouth, healthy bacteria, that help break down foods that have, is it nitric oxide? NO3. It helps break down NO3, which is found in beets, into NO2, and then that goes into your stomach, and that gets broken down into NO, which is nitric oxide. That helps dilate blood vessels. So basically, there are heart healthy nutrients that mouth bacteria need to break down. And if you don't have the healthy mouth bacteria, you're not going to break down those things, and that impairs heart health. So, who remembers the connection between between mouth health and heart health? Remember, they would say people who have more tooth decay have a greater risk of heart disease, but they couldn't figure out why. Well, this is one potential link. This is probably not the whole story. This is partial story. If you don't have healthy mouth bacteria to break down beets into nitrous oxide, or it's not nitrous oxide. I got to look up the names, into NO2. Um, you're not going to get the benefits for your heart. You want that nitric oxide to help dilate blood vessels. Interestingly, Viagra also stimulates nitric oxide. Nitric oxide dilates blood vessels, and you get that naturally through foods. Let me look up the names of this. What is NO3 called? A little bit late, and my memory is not extremely sharp. What is NO3 called? NO3 is nitrate. It's not just nitrate, but it's called in food. Anyway, it's not, nitrate. So nitrate is NO3, and then bacteria in your mouth break it down to NO2, which is nitrite, nitrate to nitrite, and then nitrite is broken down in digestion into nitric oxide, NO. NO is important for dilating blood vessels. And that's really important. And so if you don't have healthy mouth bacteria, you can't break down the nitrate into nitrite, and then you have less nitric oxide, and that's not good for your heart. Who gets that? Please put something in the chat. Let me know if that makes sense. If that makes sense, give me a roar. Give me a like. If it doesn't make sense, please leave a comment, and I will look at it, because I want to make sure you get this. There's a big connection between mouth health and brain health, and even heart health. And I want you to understand those connections, because you might have children, you might have grandchildren, you might not be taking great care of your mouth health and care of your mouth health. And it's really important to understand your mouth health is a window into your overall health. Who gets that? Your mouth health is a window to your overall health. Tooth decay is an indication of disease throughout the body. Inflamed gums, an indication of inflammation throughout the body. And poor bacteria in your mouth is an indication of potentially poor bacteria throughout your body. So this is a really easy way to look at things and evaluate things. You can also see if someone smokes by looking in their mouth, by the way. All right, where is my TikTok? All right, let me see the messages here. Okay, so does that make sense? How much hydrogen peroxide? So I like to dilute it by 50%. If you rinse full hydrogen peroxide, it's pretty intense. It actually kind of like it sensitized my teeth. So, Susanna, we don't know if children can take lion's mane. It's likely safe, but we don't have data on children. So consult your medical doctor. Welcome back. Thank you, Ocean. Okay, Texas Mom says it makes sense. Karina says roar. Tammy says she gets it. Or Tammy, do you have a question? Toothpaste. Okay, it seems like everyone gets this, right? Oral health relates to brain health, relates to cardiovascular health, relates to overall health. It's really important to invest the time to floss every day. And James Clear, who wrote Atomic Habits, has a great phrase: optimize for the starting line, not the finish line. So some people hate to floss. Who hates to floss? Let me know in the chat. If you hate to floss, make it easy on yourself. Get those like plastic pickers to make it super easy to floss. I don't mind flossing. So I have this Listerine floss that is really stretchy, not a sponsor of the show. I like that one. That's really stretchy. I'm considering getting this really high-end floss. It's like made out of bamboo, and that's supposed to get even more stuff out of the teeth. But I wouldn't start there. First of all, it's expensive. It's like $18, which I'm like, $18 for floss? That's so much money. I mean, it's not so much money, but it's a lot of money for floss. I mean, that's like, it's 5 times what I pay for floss. So optimize for the start line. If you hate flossing, just find a way to make it easy for you. If the little pickers are easier, use that. Or if you want, coated floss, find floss that's easy for you. Then once you're in the habit, then you can upgrade your floss to something that's got a little bit more grit. The floss that's got a little bit more texture picks out more stuff between your teeth. It's harder. It takes more effort, but that actually can be better for you. You don't want to floss too hard. You can actually hurt your teeth. But that's really important. So optimize for the starting line. Um, if you would benefit from using a water pick, but you don't want to use it, don't start there. Just start by using regular floss and then move on to the water pick. Does that make sense? So make it really easy for you to get started. So a couple of you are asking what toothpaste I use. I use Tom's of Maine fluoride free. I don't. Please don't give fluoride to children. Fluoride toothpaste. First of all, it's not necessary for baby teeth. I haven't seen any argument to show that that would be true. And second of all, children swallow toothpaste. I remember swallowing toothpaste as a kid. Why not? It tastes good. Of course, I swallow it. You don't want your children to swallow fluoride. No credible, sensible healthcare professional will say it's a good idea for children to swallow their toothpaste. They won't tell you that. Therefore, don't give them toothpaste that's harmful if they swallow it. Make sense? Okay, so I stopped using Glide Ocean, and I'm reading your names off of the computer, and so your names look different. And so if I'm referring to you under a different name, I apologize. If you want me to call you something, just use your name when you first enter your comment. So um, I was talking to my to this. I'm trying out this new dentist because I'm in here in Cincinnati, and he said, "Oh, I use the Glide floss." I said, "Glide has Teflon." He said, "So?" I said, "Doctor, you don't want to swallow Teflon. You don't want Teflon in your mouth. That's what was those nonstick pans. And if you scratch that Teflon, you got to throw that pan away because you don't want that stuff in your mouth. Teflon's a fluoride compound. Let me look at what this is. What is the chemical makeup of Teflon? It is polytetrafluoroethylene. Polytetrafluoro, so that's the fluoride, ethylene, also known as Teflon, is made with four ingredients: fluorospar, hydrofluoric acid, chloroform, and water. Right, so that's Teflon. You don't want to swallow that. You don't want that in your. You don't want that to rub off in your food. I don't think you want that in your mouth. So be careful. I don't know that Glide has Teflon. I've heard that. Let me look that up. Let me verify. Does Glide floss? Wow, my computer's definitely listening to me. So I just typed in Google, does Glide, and then it completed floss have Teflon. So either my computer's listening to me or it knows that if I search Teflon and search Glide, I'm likely to look for it. Here we go. According to McGill.ca, this is a dental school in Canada. Quote, some types of dental floss, like Oral-B Guide, are formulated with polytetrafluoroethylene, or Teflon, to facilitate insertion between teeth. In the study in question, the researchers present data to they want to know, does that create higher levels of Teflon in the blood, which is a reasonable question to ask. So Glide, for those of you who are flossing, Glide is made with Teflon. I would submit to you that you don't want Teflon in your body. Now, does Teflon from flossing get into your gums and get into your blood and get into your body? I don't know. That's a good question to ask. And to what level does it get into your body? Okay, so the toothpaste I use is Tom's of Maine fluoride free. I like the Listerine stretchy floss. I'm gonna look up that. Let me look up that bamboo floss, the best floss. It's like a review. Oh, interestingly, I told the dentist about mouth taping. Who does mouth taping? Who puts tape on your mouth while you sleep to improve mouth breathing? Anybody else do that? So I told him about it. He's like, "What's that?" I said, "Oh, it's great. What it does is it helps you, it forces you to breathe through your nose, so that's good for your mouth, right? It reduces sore throats because you're not breathing through your mouth all day. I get sick less and I have better energy, and it's just healthier." So, anyone else do mouth taping? No, Jenny, you don't have a panic attack. I mean, are you breathing through your nose now? So just imagine breathing through your nose at night. It's so good. Yes, Karina, it does help with snoring. It's a great solution to snoring. Most snorers are mouth breathers, and so if you can breathe through your nose, that can reduce snoring. It may reduce sleep apnea. It's got all kinds of health benefits, and it's very safe, right? So it usually takes 1 to 2 weeks to get used to. It actually took me over a month. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and rip the tape off my mouth, or I'd do it when I was asleep and not notice it. But after a while, I became used to it, and now I breathe naturally through my nose while I sleep, which is really, really cool. Okay, I'm trying to sort through the comments here. All right, looks like y'all are talking a lot to each other because I'm not understanding a lot of these comments, which is great. Please communicate to each other via the chat. Motivationalist, I grind my teeth so I don't breathe through my mouth while I sleep. Yeah. So taping your mouth is actually good for teeth grinding as well. Really good idea. Another really important thing is stress. Stress has come up a lot today. Um, Stress kills people. And stress also has very physical effects like disease in the body, trouble sleeping, which increases the risk of disease, also tooth grinding, and then grinding down your teeth. I was pretty stressed in college. I studied really hard, and I went to a very academically rigorous school, and I was stressed about it. And so a girlfriend of mine in college was like, "Hey, do you know that you're grinding your teeth at night?" I had no idea. I think also in part, I was trying to pretend I was someone that I wasn't or someone who I wasn't. Anyone else do that? Anyone else pretend that you're someone that you're not? So I definitely did that in college. And I think that was stressful. And so I think subconsciously I was, grinding my teeth at night while I slept because I had some internal conflict about how I was presenting myself or how I was behaving, or I was just worried about school. And so I committed today to just let that go and just let the stress go. Uh, life, life, Life is wonderful on planet Earth right now. At least it is for me, and so many of us here. Who loves your life here on planet Earth? I mean, we got abundant food. I'm able to talk to you for free on a free app on your phone to people all around the world. People are in Canada, as far as Saudi Arabia and Australia and the United States. This is amazing. It's an amazing time to be alive. And I want to commend you for choosing to spend your night here talking about mouth health and brain health rather than wasting your time with trash TV or pornography or video games or just scrolling mindlessly. You rock, like you really rock. It's an amazing time to be alive. And my ancestors, our ancestors, you and I have many ancestors in common. They were struggling for their lives. They were chasing food. The men would hunt dangerous animals. Sometimes men wouldn't come back from hunting trips. For women, childbirth was very dangerous. We had war with neighboring tribes. We didn't have electricity. We had to use the fire at night for warmth and to keep the animals away. The saber-toothed tiger would kill us if we walked past the bush. Life was very stressful and dangerous for our ancestors, including recently. I mean, in the United States 100 years ago, 90%, I believe, it was probably around 1900, 90% of Americans lived on farms. I think it was very stressful to live on farms because if the crop wasn't good, you might starve or you might have to borrow more money from the bank. And so we don't need to be nearly as stressed as we are today. The news really helps makes us stressed. Who gets that? Who thinks the news is kind of designed to make us afraid and stressed? I mean, I'll watch it and I'll say, there's nothing I can do between U.S.-China relations. I like China and I want us to have a good relationship with China. And I think most of us do too. And I think the news is making this out to be a big deal, right? The news seems to be making things scary. And so today, which is an auspicious day, 2/22/23, good day numerically, I'm just deciding from here on out, I'm just going to let the stress go. I'm not going to worry about these things. And, and I think that'll make a really big difference. And so I invite you, if you're ready, to commit to that, to just trust in the universe. If you believe in God, trust in spirit, trust in the divine energy of the world, and trust in yourself that if you do the right thing and you're honest, things will work out okay. I'm serious. If you do the right thing, you do your best, and you're honest, those three things, and I think those are all kind of together, right? Doing the right thing, you're probably doing your best and you're being honest. If you're doing your best, you're probably being honest and doing the right thing. And if you're being honest, that's the right thing to do. So if you're doing your best, being honest, um, then I think it's all going to work out for you. And just trust that if you do those things consistently, life is good and things will be okay. And then you can just let the stress go. And I believe Well, I believe in God. I don't know exactly what God looks like or multiple gods or the universe. I don't know what that looks like. I don't understand it. I'm just in awe of it. Let me give you a fun example. I booked my dental appointment a month ago. And I didn't tell my parents until 2 weeks ago. I arrived back home yesterday. My mother says, "Hey, can you drive me to my hair appointment tomorrow?" I said, "Mother, I have a dental appointment." She says, "Well, when's your dental appointment?" I said, 2:30. She's like, "Well, my hair appointment's at 2." It's like, "Huh, how's this going to work?" She said, "Well, where's your dental appointment?" I said, "Well, it's in Kenwood." She's like, "Oh, my hair appointment's in Kenwood." So literally, we schedule our appointments independent of each other, and they were on the same day, within half an hour of each other, and they were like 2 miles from each other. Amazing, and that's such grace from the universe to work that out and make it super convenient. So, we didn't have to leave in multiple days. We didn't have to make multiple trips. It was super easy, and that just, the universe facilitated that. At least I believe it did. I don't think that happened out of randomness, right? I could have been on the other side of town from a hair appointment, and it could have been a real pain in the butt, but it wasn't. So I trust the universe. I trust the divine energy around us, and I trust if I'm doing my best and I'm honest, um, and I'm acting in alignment with my values, things are just going to work out. And so that's what I'm committing to. So here's what I am offering you. If you are ready to here's the thing about stress. Stress is actually causing physical damage in our bodies. For example, stress caused me to grind my teeth. My teeth are now smaller and less healthy than they would be otherwise. Many of you probably have similar situations. You may have made poor decisions because of stress. You might have trouble sleeping because of stress. A lot of us have that. And so I invite you, if you're ready to let go of the stress and just trust yourself and trust the universe, whatever that means for you, if it's faith in God or just faith in yourself or just faith, Albert Einstein said, there's one major question to ask in this world, and it's this: is this a loving universe or not? If it's a loving universe, we're really in. We're very fortunate, and Einstein did believe in the loving universe, and so do I. So, if you are ready to let stress go, I want to say permanently, and it's not going to be perfect, but you can just remind yourself today, 2/22/23, or it just clicked over 2/23/23, whichever day you want, letting go of stress and just trusting yourself and trusting the universe. Who's in? Give me a roar. Give me an I'm in. Let me know in the chat. Let me see who's in. All right, user 95 is in. Linaboo's in. Kenny Sawyer's in. User 18 is in. Karina's in. Butterfly's in. Hair Drama's in. Cindy's in. Christy's in. Aaron's in. Jessica's in. Mac Attack's in. Maria Jorge or Maria George is in. Thank you for the heart. Thank you for the rose, Katie. I'm sorry, I'm missing some people here. Jill's in. Aaron's in. Mike's in. Bryson's in. Jamal's in. Hey, Jamal. SDP is all in. Rachel's in. Karina's in. Ray Jezebed sad. I'm sorry, I'm not. REJEDSAB is in. User 178's in. Kathy's in. Jessica's in. Maria's in. User 955 is in. Cindy's in. Weird Beard's in. Marine, K-Bay, Krista, you're all in. Jocelyn's in. Tanya's in. Thank you for writing Tanya in. That's awesome. User 236 is in. Wow, a bunch of you are writing in. This is awesome. I'm having trouble catching up. My thing keeps auto scrolling. Ernestine's in. Valerie is so in. Just so you're aware, Valerie is so in. That's awesome. Mama Bear, what do you need to do? Just trust in yourself, trust in the universe, and let go of the stress, right? If you're sick, if something bad just went down, the stress is a stress response in the body. It's increased cortisol, often increased adrenaline. It's unpleasant. We just don't need to do that. And I believe in God. I don't think God wants us to be stressed. I think that's actually, if you want to say the word sinful, I think it's on that end, because stress leads to disease, right? I don't think I don't think we incarnated in this world to experience disease. I think we incarnated to be happy and to love each other and to contribute to each other. So I think stress is the complete opposite energy that we want, that our creator, our maker of the universe wanted for us. And so stress is the complete opposite of what we want. And I don't mean healthy stress like pressure to perform. I think that can be healthy. I mean the unhealthy stress. Ernestine's in, Christine's in, Pamela's in, Erica from Seattle is in, Rhonda's in, Remixer Beck is in, Amy's in, Kathy's in, Maria's in, Tracy Hunt, where'd you go? Thank you, Karina. Thank you for filling people in. If I missed you, I'm very sorry. I'm trying to read everything. Thank you, Leptocephaly. I appreciate that. Oh, so for those of you just joining us, I'm asking who's committed to letting go of stress and trusting in yourself and trusting in the universe. Stress is not helpful, and stress first of all impairs our quality of life. It impairs our health, impairs our ability to make decisions. People actually make poor decisions when stressed. And what I'm offering you is an opportunity to say out loud to your fellow evolving lions here in the Lions Den, I'm letting go of stress. I'm trusting myself. Just trust that when you do your best and you're honest, things are going to work out for you. That's generally how things work. Maybe not immediately, but in the long run, if you do your best and you're honest, things generally work out okay. And just trust that and just let the stress melt. Even if you have a car accident, does stress help you? Of course not. Even if you're in a car accident and you're hurt, does stress help you? No, because you might need to get yourself out. You might need to get someone else out. You might need to talk to a paramedic and tell them what happened. And you don't want to be stressed for that. You want to be very clear and say, look, I had to slam on my brakes and I hit the car in front of me. And now I have this cut on my arm and my shoulder hurts pretty badly. And that's what happened, right? You want to be able to say that. You don't want to not be so freaked out that you can't communicate because that's not helpful. And that might upset other people, right? Your stress affects those around you. And so stress is not serving us. And so I want us to all have this opportunity to speak to our friends and our friends and other evolving lions that we're letting go of stress and we're committing to this. We're going to come back to this because stress, unfortunately, is something that so many of us experience so regularly. And I just want us all to have a chance to commit to this and then continue to revisit this and to remind each other, remind ourselves, hey, remember on 2/22/23 or 2/23/23, whatever day you want. Hey, it's 12/12 on 2/23/23. Yay. To remind ourselves that we can let go of stress. How to let go? That's a different question. Okay, if I missed somebody, Butterfly's committed. Okay, I think a bunch of you are in. This is fantastic. So, how to let go of stress? That's a great question. Let's do the breathing exercise. Okay, so this is from Andrew Huberman, who talked about the physiological sigh. Who knows Andrew Huberman? Who likes Andrew Huberman? Give me a roar for Andrew Huberman. He's awesome. I do not know him. I've not met him. I would like to interview him on the show. Oh, by the way, well, I'll get to that later. So here's the physiological sigh. I'm going to demonstrate it, and then we're going to do it together. This is a great way to reduce stress. So sit up straight. And then it's going to be a double inhale and a slow exhale through the nose. So it looks like this. Inhale, pause, inhale, and slow exhale through the mouth. So imagine inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 8. When you inhale, so double inhale, and then exhale, but you're inhaling longer than that. Okay, so let's do it together. In 3, 2, 1. Inhale, pause, inhale, and slow exhale. One more. Inhale, pause, inhale, and slow exhale. Last one. Inhale, pause, inhale, and exhale with a sigh. Wow. All right. If you'd like to, sit here for a moment with your eyes closed and just enjoy that relaxed, peaceful feeling in your body. And if you'd like, please enter something in the chat about how you feel. This is a really powerful tool you can use throughout the day while you stand. People don't even need to know what you're doing. You can just do this breathing pattern. It helps lower tension in the body, lower stress, anxiety. It also inflates the lungs in a way that's really healthy. We actually do this unconsciously throughout the day. If you watch a little kid, when I'm reading to my nephews, I've noticed that they'll go, ah, and they kind of sigh like this. And I say, "Are you bored?" My nephew's Winston. I say, "Winston, are you bored?" No. I'm like, "Oh, okay." He's just doing that because we just naturally breathe that way. Fully inflates our lungs. So let me know how people are feeling. Yawning now, feeling a little loosey goosey. Roar. Fantastic. Oh, another thing, Peter Diamandis. Who knows Peter Diamandis? He's founder of the X Prize, which is basically a research prize for science. And sometimes and it started out as space travel. So I recently listened to an interview of him with Dr. David Sinclair from Harvard, who's a geneticist who researches aging. And this really great interview. It's on YouTube. I can tell you about it if you like. And in it, Peter offers a free email newsletter. He emails you twice a week about good news happening in science and technology. It's like the good news newsletter, right? Who wants good news? If you want good news, I recommend not watching mainstream news, which is generally scary misinformation, poorly researched articles, or highly biased articles, many of which are designed to make us afraid, especially make us afraid of people who are different from us. Very rarely, especially on the television news, very rarely does it show someone um, show people who look very different and show them engaging in healthy, peaceful discussion. Usually, it tries to make us afraid of people who believe differently than we do, or people from a different country, people who have different values. I believe, and if you talk to most people, you'll find most people have similar values. Most people value their health. They may not show it in their actions, but if you ask someone, "Is health important to you?" Most people will say yes around the world. Same thing, too. Do you value your family? Family? Yes. By the way, if you value your health and value your family, please answer yes. And so I think you'll find that most people do this. So play along in the chat if you like. Question number one: do you value your health? Yes or no? Please type that in the chat. Question two: do you value your family? Yes or no? Number three: do you value God, spirit, spirituality? Yes or no? Number four, we'll stop there. Most people will say yes to all of those, and those are some of the most important things in their life. Somehow, the news has convinced us that people who are different from us are scary and they can't be trusted. I don't think that's true because we pretty much value the same things. We value our health, we value our families, and we value our relationship to spirit, to God, to source, to the universe, whatever you want to say. And if we all have those common values, surely we can have a conversation with our fellow man, our brothers and sisters, and those who are non binary and talk about things in a healthy, peaceful way. Who gets me? Give me a roar if that sounds good. So Peter Diamandis has created a feel good newsletter. I think it's Peter Diamandis blog. It's a Peter Diamandis free newsletter. And then he sends it to you every day. Subscribe. There it is. Just enter your email and he sends you he sends you only good technology. It's really cool. So if you go to diamandis.com/blog, you can sign up for free. So can someone post that in the chat? Or actually, I can write that in the chat. Okay. So for positive news. So all this is about technology that's improving and growing. And it's an opportunity for you to see, oh my gosh, stem cells to help reverse Alzheimer's. I don't know if that's true. I just heard something about that today. Oh my gosh, stem cells can help with Alzheimer's disease. Let me read that. Or, oh my goodness, new clean energy source. Or, hey, a great way to clean up our oceans. There's new technologies that can be really helpful. Or talking about meat and how we're growing meat in laboratories that's actually healthier than animal meat, and it could be more environmentally sustainable. It could be delivered right to your house, and it could just be multiplied in a scientific laboratory or a factory nearby. Wouldn't that be great? Would it be cool to grow our instead of raising animals and killing them, to just simply grow it in a factory. Wouldn't that be cool? So it's got these cool scientific innovations, and he shares them with you for free. All right, so let me write this in. So for positive news, go to is it Diamandis? Diamandis.com/blog. Go to diamandis.com/blog. By the way, I got to interview Peter a couple years ago for Burning Man. He was very nice. I think he is very nice. He and I were chatting before the interview, and I don't want to say I was nobody at the time, but I wasn't. I wasn't TikTok famous, for example, and I was just helping out. I was just helping make the speaker series for Virtual Burning Man for my Burning Man camp, and he agreed to participate. And he was a big deal then. He's still a big deal now. And so we're chatting beforehand. He was just really cool. He's like, "So Robert, what are you up to? What's important to you? What are you working on?" I'm like, "Wow, Peter Diamandis is asking me these things, right? Really?" And he was just very nice. And then he gave a great interview. He was super. Okay. So does all this make sense? What are some of your questions, comments about all this? And I think we're going to get off soon. I'm a little bit fatigued. Dear Robert, aren't way more alike than we are different? Yes. Oh my gosh, look at all these yeses to all these things that we value. I'm not going to read them all, but I'm just looking at all of you saying, yes, I value my health. Yes, I value my family. Yes, I value my relationship with God, Spirit, the universe. Amazing. If you have a disagreement with someone, you can probably just ask them, hey, just tell me what's important to you. Most people will say one of those things to start with, right? If you say, what's most important to you? I mean, if you're having an argument, they might say, what's important to me that you see that I'm right. Okay, but what's important to you in your life, right? They'll probably say health, family, or God. This is fantastic. Okay, so if you want to get some positive news, I am subscribed to Pierre Diamandis' stuff. Actually, I've not been opening the emails. I will start opening them more regularly now that I'm committed to not letting stress have a negative impact in my life. I'm not saying I'm never going to get stressed. That's unlikely to happen. It could, but I don't think that's realistic. I think what's realistic is understanding that when I ground myself and say, look, I'm honest, I'm doing my best. I wasn't always honest and I wasn't always doing my best, but I am now. So I know today I'm honest and I'm doing my best. Therefore, things are going to work out. By the way, who's been, let's say, a deceptive or a liar in the past and knows how stressful that is? Because you're afraid. Because I know I was afraid of being caught. Because if I tell one story to you and one story to you, and what if you two meet? My story doesn't make sense. Now I got some more lying to do, right? I used to live that way, especially when I lived in Las Vegas. I was not a truthful person there. Nor when I first started going to grad school. That was not an honest person then, and that created a lot of stress for me. So I really recommend, you want to reduce your stress, just be extremely honest. I'm not saying being brutally honest and unkind to people. Just be straightforward with people. And if you're late, let people know, hey, I'm going to be late. I'm sorry. And just be truthful at everything, and a lot less stress, right? The stress is in delivering the truth. When lies are told, lies might save you right then, but then you got to deal with that later. And that's really stressful. You don't know when you're going to be found out. They're not always found out, but often. And so just be honest. That'll really reduce your stress. All right. So today I'm committing to not letting stress have a negative impact in my life, because I'm going to trust myself, trust in the universe. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to do my best. I know it's going to work out the best. If it's not going to work out the best, it might be the end of my life. And I've had a great life. And so I'm really happy with what I've been able to do with my life. And it's been fun and enjoyable. I love my family and I love my friends. I love you. I love being here with you. I love the great comments that y'all are making about the healthy changes you're making, losing weight, stopping eating sugar, eating more sardines, taking out these supplements, getting more hugs in your life. I just love it. So yes, definitely Houday. Go Bengals. All right. Oh, any questions about this before we go? And so some tools to lower stress. Number one, I like this. Number one tool to reduce stress is honesty, because dishonesty and withholding things and deceiving people is very stressful because we're worried that we're going to get found out. I used to really like watching mafia movies like Goodfellas or I liked Reservoir Dogs, or I used to watch The Sopranos a little bit. I wondered, how do these people sleep? Because they're not honest. How do they sleep? Like they're just always worried. Am I going to get found out? Am I going to get murdered? Am I going to get whacked? Like, am I going to be taken out? I don't know how these people sleep. It's crazy. And so honesty is the number one tool for reducing stress. Number two, I would say is that physiological sigh. And number three is exercise, and then get your good sleep. And this is tremendously good for your health, great for your brain, good for the quality of life, good for sleep. And I think this is the way we are meant to live as human beings. All right, that is all I got. And so that's all I have for this evening. If you want to get some free stuff from me, I'm not going to go over it. If you click here, it's a bunch of free resources. Oh, I will ask this. I'm starting a new channel for subscribers, a new channel where I'm going to be interviewing people. It's called Robert WB Love _ guest. Please follow that account, and that'll be really helpful. And once I get 1,000 subscribers there, I can interview a bunch of people on TikTok. That'll be really cool. That's Robert WB Love _ guest. If you want, I have free ebooks, free masterclasses, all kinds of free stuff. Click here, click the link below my profile. There's a bunch of stuff there. And then if you want to see what supplements I take, what supplements I recommend, what products I use and like, you can see what physical products are sponsoring the show. I'm not going to go through them, but if you see something, I'll tell you, all those products are top quality. They all come with a money back guarantee. Anything you want to try, give it a try. Anyone who's using my Lion's Mane, I hope you get great sleep. I love this for sleep. This is super helpful. It comes with a money back guarantee, third-party tested, GMP certified. And that's been really helpful. All right. That is all I got. Sweet. So I will see you mañana. And I'm looking forward to having I don't want to say a stress-free life, but a life free from the burden of stress. I like that. Who else is in for a life free of the burden of stress? All right, we can totally do this. Fantastic. So I'm going to hang out and just look at a few more comments and see the likes come in before I go to bed. And with all sincerity, I love you and God bless you. Thank you for spending some time with me tonight and spending some time together, supporting and loving each other. It's truly an honor to get to see you. So thank you. Show the pills again. Okay. This is Roar Lion's Mane. You can get this at roarlionsmane.com or click the link below my profile. It's my Lion's Mane supplement. That's the one that I showed. All right. I will see you all mañana. Good night, Instagram. And good night, YouTube.